Friends, hello, welcome back. Hopefully everyone's day's been going well. So today's challenge, we're going to try trading away every defender on a particular hockey team, and we're going to see if we can still win the Stanley Cup with that team. Now, obviously, we can still use forwards, but the important question is coming out of this. Who in the heck are we going to use? I think we have to use a good team, you know, because we want to use a team that's going to win a Stanley Cup in the first place, that's capable of winning a Stanley Cup. Do we go Boston? Would Boston be a good one, maybe? Arizona, Anaheim, Winnipeg, Washington. I kind of like Boston. A little bit of a fan of Boston. We can go Toronto. I mean, Tampa's an obvious shoe-in, but I feel like we use Tampa for a lot of videos because they're, you know, kind of really stacked. So I want to try to avoid Tampa if we can there. Ottawa, no. Rangers would be an interesting one. Again, I'd like a team that's a lock to make playoffs. I see them struggle sometimes in Sims. I think we go with the Bruins. I would go with the Panthers. Maybe. They're like, what defense? No, they're a lot better this year. But it was last year where it was just all around though. But it was Bob that was the defense, not playing the hottest, but it happens. This year, Florida playing a lot better. Let's do Boston. I think Boston's a good one because you think of them, they've always been like a notoriously good defensive team, especially in playoffs. That's what gets them deeper into the playoffs because they play that good playoff hockey. So we'll try Boston. Fogavore off this off. Do we leave salary cap on? So, you know what? We normally leave this on for the rebuilds. But this is more of a challenge and just kind of see what we can do. Do we leave? I think, future reference, let me know what you guys think. We can possibly do this with another team. We're going to turn salary cap off. Or, I mean, it's not realistic to have no defenders anyway. We might as well turn salary cap off, make things a little bit easier, and see what we can work with here. Make things a little bit more flexible. We're not forced to trade for certain players. Go ahead and turn this stuff off real quick and jump into the franchise. All right, Boston. Let's see what you guys got. Now, there's a couple of things that's going to come to fruition with this. Oh, man, look at that first line. Pasternak, Bergeron, Marchand at +5. Wow, they don't have a lot of depth after that. I don't know they're going to do that. Taylor Hall. I don't know how this team's going to do after all in general early here. We'll see. I mean, you got a nasty goaltender. You got a nasty top line. How this team sims in this game, I'm not entirely sure. But you got Grizzly, McAvoy, Riley, Mike Riley, Carlo, Clifton, Forbert. So, we might be able to get something good for McAvoy. But I think part of this, we already turned salary cap off. So, we already cheated in one way. I think we have to avoid using the draft picks. I think we have to trade players straight up. Which means, what do we do with some of the... I think we save McAvoy for last. They just have a lot of trade value. I thought I had more than that. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Forbert, whatever, and Clifton. We'll get rid of Clifton as well. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to be able to get for Clifton. But we're going to try to find... Honestly, two-way forwards is probably the way to go. I'm going to get out of here. I just wanted to see what we had as far as trade value is concerned. Probably two-way forwards. Maybe power forwards and be the grinders. Player search. We'll see what we got out here. I don't know. Can you filter that? I always forget what you can and can't filter in this game because they changed it up a little bit. All positions forward. Yeah, we can. Player role. That's player role. Player type. That's position you can't filter. That's what it is. And say no to something. You can't filter center and stuff, right? You can never do that still. Nah. All positions forward. All right, here we go. Grinder. Let's look at two-way forwards. I do like the two-way forward game. I think it'd make it a lot easier. We obviously can't afford high overall players, not for this player at least. So we're going to try just a straight 79 plus. I mean, he's going to be a third liner, fourth liner essentially. And, oh yeah, Marchand. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll take him. We better put a cap on that. I think we went minimum and then go, no, yeah, we didn't put a max on that. Let's drop that max down to about, I can't imagine getting anybody that's an 83, but it'd be nice if we could. Let's take a look at the meter. Yeah, that's too much. That's too much. Let's go overall. Let's go trade meter. Yeah, they all hold a lot of trade value. If there's anybody, it would be Donskoy. And I don't even think we can get Donskoy, honestly. Let's go this direction here. It might be a lot easier. Let's see. Yeah, that's where we're going to find our players. Nick Foligno, that might not be a bad option. 80 overall, Nick Foligno, the checking player. Welcome to the Boston Bruins. Oh, wait a minute. Parisi. Jankowski. No surprise, though, right there. 80 overall. Ooh, 82. Silverberg. Yeah, let's talk, buddy. 86 defensive awareness, 87 stick checking. I mean, decent. His passing's all right. He's got a good shot. It doesn't really matter. He's got a good shot. He's just got to play defense. The shot blocking concerns me a little bit. I'd like you to block some shots, but I don't know what we're going to get. What we can expect out of forwards when it comes to that particular area. Better, actually. 86 shot blocking being 87, 85 by Sissons. I like Sissons better. He seems like a better forward here. Let's go Sissons. And make sure we remember the players we're trading for, too, because these are the guys that have to play defense. We're trading our defense for, well, our future defense. So Sissons is going to come on over. And I think, hey, back in 9 their favorite player to trade in trade blocks. Or when you go through the trade block. Let's go Clifton again. I don't need, oh, we might not even get him for Clifton. I thought we was closer than that. We really aren't. Send that? Nope, trade rejected. Dang. All right. I still like Sissons. And we have 6, 7 players to choose from that are in the NHL. We might, before we do 2, let's try Forbit. I feel like it's for bot. I feel like it's for Bort. Okay, there's an R there, Quentin. Nice. Oh, I didn't see that R. I turned his light off in here. There's something a little bright going on. I don't know. I looked like there was no R there. Season's Forbert. Yeah, we're overpaying for him there. We'll do it, though. There you go. Thank you. All right, Forbert. See ya. You know, we traded you after we got your name right. We're out of here. That's why nobody probably wanted you. Like, who the heck's Forbut? Forbut. Who is For? That sounds like a player. It is now, you know, in our head at least. Let's go back here. So we're still on two-way forwards. I still like the two-way forward game. Let's stick with it and see what else is out here. Again, I mean, we might be able to get a better player with Vakanainen, so that's a bonus. We don't need the high trade value, guys. Still, just a solid player. Let's take a look here. Again, I think we know what we're looking for. We want to get a guy that can block the shots, play some defense. Kapanen looks like a guy can do that. You follow, not so much. Bailey, not so much. I wouldn't want him on defense. I always think of him as more of a guy that's like a sniping plus-minus struggler. Oh, yeah, if we want to win some draws on defense, we got Dvorak. There you go. Stick checking 87. Henrique's pretty solid defensively. Monahan's only an 83. He's pretty nasty defensively too. Shot blocking, the passing's good. I mean, he could really get the puck up there too. Lars Eller, not bad. I like Monahan here. He's got a lot of trade value, though. Can we go Monahan for... See, I don't want to do that. If there's a chance that we could trade a couple players. Now, granted, that would be hard to get a couple players because we have to find them on the same team. How's Lars Eller look? Capitals, Eller, 84, 86, 86. I mean, that ain't bad. That's Barbashev, but, you know, Eller's wasn't bad either. How's Barbashev? Did we look at Barbashev? Yeah, I ain't a fan. Let's try Eller's. Lars Eller. Here we go. What else you got, Washington? Oh, I want to trade him. That's beautiful. Great. Perfect. Knocking on the right door today. Carlo Mike Riley. Yeah. Well, you can do Mike Riley. You want to talk a little Mike Riley action? I think we could get him for less. I think. Talk a little Grizzly action. Eller for Grizzly. Yeah, let's send that. Thank you very much. Not bad, I think. Assistant GM best roster. Yeah, we're going to have to change that down the road because they're going to call up defensemen, I think. But for now, we'll just work with it. All right, so I think we're doing good so far. We've switched out a couple solid defensemen for what I think is upgrades, honestly. Let's go back here just to make sure, now that we're doing this, we're not passing up on any studs in the 85, 86 range. That's where players get a little pricey. But we might be able to afford some of these guys, depending on how old they are and depending on their contracts. Like Thomas. Thomas might come right down here and work out just fine for us. It depends what Vakanainen's trade value is. I like Perron. I've always liked using Perron in this game. He's a defensive stud. 85, 82, 87. You do it all. Rust. I think it's going to reset us. No, it didn't reset us. How about that? I was going to bring us back to the top of the list. Sorelli. Stick checking 90. Faceoffs is 80, 83, 87. I like Sorelli. That is a player we want right there. Let's talk Anthony Sorelli. How much does he cost? I'm interested. A lot. But that's some nice defensive stats right there. Let's talk Anthony Sorelli. Can we do Sorelli for Vakanainen? That's the question. Because that's what it's going to have to be. I don't think we're going to get that off. Nah, it's too much. Dang it. Let's send it anyway. We got to send it and hope Tampa Bay doesn't look at exactly what they're getting in return. We have room to trade one more defenseman. It can be Sean Moore. Nah, he just got called up. We can't move him. We can move Riley. Dang. That would be our third defenseman. Do you really want to put that kind of pressure on finding one more defenseman? I don't think we can. I think we can offer Clifton. And that's not going to work. It's not going to be enough. Dang. I was hoping we get Cirelli. It's fine. It's fine. We will try... That trade meter is still too high. That is a problem. Yeah, we're not going to find any E4s unless we can find Manjapane. And I don't like the shot block on him. So we're going to pass that up. Let's try... Let's go back to the overalls. And yeah, we're kind of stuck. I thought maybe we could squeak one in there, but that's not going to happen. It's all right. We'll make it work. Let's try John. Nope, can't do Bailey. We already mentioned Bailey will not work. McCann. How about Iafallo? I think we like Iafallo, right? Not really. Now we'll keep going. Henrique was a nice one. We can do Henrique. Let's try Henrique. And he's kind of in the middle here. I think Vakanainen's got a little bit more trade value. But we don't really have anybody that equals Henrique's trade value. We might try Carlo and Clifton. Tell me you guys have enough room for that on your side. Perfect. They have under 50. That's great. Clifton. Carl. Really? We might not need to add. Let's try without Clifton. Sure. All right. All right. We'll take that. Henrique, welcome to the squad. We got 3 more defensemen to trade for. And we got to see how this team's going to come to fruition here. What else we got? I still really want Monahan. Can we make the trade? We got Vakanainen. I think Monahan's a great addition. We're going to make it work. Does anybody, or is there anybody else on Calgary that strikes a little bit of attention here? Let's go by the overalls. Overall, Milan Lucic. I wouldn't mind having a Lucic on defense. That's a big body. Stats just ain't the most pretty thing in the world, though, anymore. They used to be nice. How about, nope, can't have you because you're a defender. We could have Richie, but I'd like to stay above the 80-plus floor there if we could. Backlund. How's Backlund? Is he a playmaker? Nice two-way forward. 90. Oh, man, Backlund would be a nice addition. Let's try Backlund. I like them defensive stats. Let's try Backlund and Monahan. Kind of swap things out here. I'm still not entirely sure what we do with McAvoy. At first, I thought let's get a big stud in return, but we might be able to get 2 solid players with that trade value, honestly. And would that be the better route to go with here? It's a good question. Vakanainen, Riley. Let's see where we're at with Vakanainen and Riley. I kind of need to know. See, the problem is, you need to know if this trade will go through. And you can't know if you don't propose it, because it makes a big difference on what you do with McAvoy. I'm sending it. It's not going to go through. Oh, it did go through. All right. Okay, cool. All right. So that's all of our players with McAvoy. Let's go ahead and set this up real quick and see what we have to work with. Because, again, even if we did just end up trading for an extra defenseman, you had to play it safe. You couldn't go out there and go straight to McAvoy and... Or start with McAvoy, I said, and then try to build around that. Because he was your player with your highest trade value. So that was important to be able to go ahead and, you know, try to build a foundation and then have him be the complementary piece to this team. All right, so here is what we're working with so far. I think, man, that'd be tough. It's going to be real tough because nobody wants to be on that first line. Not as a forward. It's not going to work. I think that's it, right? And some of these guys just don't want to be defenders or forwards, first line defenders anyway, period. How about Lars Eller? How's he look up there? Is that going to change things? It might be the fact that Lewington's up there. That might change a little bit too. Let's take a look. Nah, okay, so still, yeah, I think it's important. If we could get 285s, that would go a lot farther. Especially since we're going to lose players overalls a little bit due to the chemistry being a -2 and a -3. So let's see if we can find, and it's going to be tough. So we're probably still going to end up just going 87 straight up. But let's see if we, oh man, but if we could get, oh yeah, if we could get a stud, say a 90 plus for Charlie McAvoy, that's a big addition. I think there's guys out there that you could make that trade with, or for. Maybe not. Pavelski's out there, but we're dropping the overalls real quickly. All right, so let's go. I just want to take a look. Let's go ahead and filter the overalls. We'll go, again, 85 plus. We're looking here. That's if we can do it, That's what we want to do. 285 pluses. I don't know if we can do it. It's going to be very difficult, but we'll try it. It's going to, again, probably take some guys that are old, to say the very least. And there's only 185. I still did that wrong. There we go. Okay, all right. Yeah, see, now that's what I like to see. All right, so Killorn, Hyman, Rust, Pavelski's out there. Don't like. I do like Hyman. Okay, Hyman looks like a good addition. Rust ain't too bad. Pavelski looks solid minus the shot blocking, but I like the rest of his defensive abilities. We might try that out. Perron's out there again. I like Thomas. Let's try. Thomas is where the trade meter goes up a little bit. Let's say let's try Thomas, but I don't think we're going to be able to make that work. We can't trade for both, but I keep forgetting that too. We was talking about trading for 285s, but you can't do that. It would take a team that has 285s on their team, and that would be the St. Louis Blues. If there's a team I would work with, it'd be the Blues. So let's go and try the Blues. Or again, we might just, I completely forgot about that. My mistake. We might just have our hands tied where we have to just try to trade for the best player equal value to Charlie McAvoy here. How much is that trade meter of McAvoy's like? It's up there. It's gonna be close. This would have been a good time to save a guy like Clifton. Or maybe we traded 2 of our defenders at once for this combination return. That would probably work too. No, we don't want your defenders. That would be cheating. We would like David Perron. Where is he? David? Oh, no, not David Perron. Robert Thomas. All right, here we go. Big trade. McAvoy for Thomas and Perron. They took it. Nice. I like it. All right, this is not good. This ain't good at all. -2, -2, -3, -2, -5 on the chemistries. And there's no way around it, really. We can change the first and second line a little bit. Oh, actually, that -5 the first. So you can't afford a -5 on the first line. That's the problem. I see nothing. Nothing at all that would possibly change things up here. That's tough. Chemistry's not good. Defense, to be fair, though, we got solid players across the board. The only problem is they're all like 70 overall because they got a -5 and a -3 and a -2. So how this turns out, we'll see. It's going to be tough. We'll see how this Boston Bruins team does. Best lines. Best lines for Providence. We're not too worried about those guys. They'll be all right. They'll be just fine. It's these Bruins that I'm worried about. Honestly, I thought when we made this, I didn't really factor in chemistry a lot. But I thought, you know what? I think we can swap out players for players and be all right. And we still might be all right. You never know how things are going to sim up. This is still a team with one of the best first lines in all of hockey. And a really good goaltender. And as much as the chemistry is bad, it is a team with some solid core players. And hey, look at that. Start of the preseason, not bad. At least they're winning the preseason. I'm just kidding. They lost the Buffalo Sabres in the preseason. That is not good. They're losing all kinds of preseason games. I was going to say, the reason it's important to win the preseason games is because most teams are playing their AHLers. Their starters aren't playing. So if you can't win your AHL or preseason games, it's not a very good sign. Why are we on it? It's a little early, I guess. Here we go, though. 0-1. Not bad. I don't even know if you can understand a word I just said, but we're going to roll with it. 1-1. Okay, we're just not going to win hockey. Hey, we beat the Buffalo Sabres. See, the Sabres put their NHLers out. They started struggling, too. San Jose W. All right. Back-to-back Carolina, Florida. Interdivision edit lines. Best. No. Who didn't turn injuries off? It's your first day, pal. The crazy thing was, I was literally sitting there talking, looking at the rules, and I was like, I swear there's something in here we normally change. I went down the entire list and couldn't figure out what it was, and it's because we did not turn injuries off. So that should fix that real quickly here. And allow Taylor Hall to come back on the ice for this team. Very good, Taylor. Good to have you back, bud. Nice seeing you again. How was the weather on the IR? Sure. Little medical thing never hurt anybody. I've never seen that by the player's name. That's how often we play with that injuries off. Or on. We're going to put Taylor Hall back on a four-man power play as well. There you go, T-Hall. Let's go. Ready to go. Boston so far, it is not looking very pretty. 3-6-1. It may just take a little time for that chemistry to get going, no fella. Let's be optimistic here. In all fairness, these guys aren't defenders. It might take a little bit for them to learn how to defense. It might take a little bit for them to learn how to play together. It might take 82 games. It might take 12. We'll see. Right now, 4-8-1, bottom of the division. Holding it down. Second last place. Just kidding. Good for the Canadians holding it down for us. Boston right now, though, I mean, they're a bubble 500 team, which typically doesn't end well because you get the feeling they're just going to win 4-5, then they lose 4-5. But we're entering the trade deadline, and really anything's possible still. This team can go on a 7-8 game win streak and really put themselves in a good position to potentially make playoffs here. They're just going to have to start getting hot and getting hot shortly. There's a W against the Minnesota Wild. They're going to play the Winnipeg Jets in Winnipeg. Tough place to play. They're going to lose that game. Might as well be a seller. I mean, we're not going to look at it regardless, but sure, why not? 4 games below 500. They have to win about 7 of these games in the next 10. And so far, they've won 1 of the next 3. So it's not looking good. Boston looking like a team who, hey, we gave it a try. I still, maybe we should have kept salary and chemistry off. Would that have made a big difference if there's no, holy smokes, the Blue Jackets were 44-19. Would that made a big difference if we turned salary off, chemistry off? Because I feel like that destroyed this chemistry. But that's part of the game. You gotta deal with the chemistry as well. That's part of the learning thing. Do we change that up for the next video? I always love hearing you guys' suggestions on stuff like this. If we do a second one with another team, or this might just be a one-time thing. We'll see here. Boston, though, 34-36. They are not going to make the playoffs. There's just about 0 chance at this point in time that they get in there. But at the end of the day, they always still competent. It was a weak division. They're going to finish in 5th place in this division with below 500. I guess the Canadian Sabres and Red Wings, that'll happen sometimes. Those teams do tend to struggle right now. Still in that rebuilding phase to an extent. Montreal, actually, at that postseason last year, but they've been struggling this year a little bit too. Boston, Brad Marchand, 86 points, 34 goals, 52 assists. Not a bad season by Brad Marchand. How'd the rest of the team look, though? Minus 22 for Taylor Hall. Minus 24 for DeBrusque. That second line did not play it very good. And I would be putting it lightly. I want to see how the defenders played, though. Our defense, there is none. That was duh. How did our defenders that played defense go? Charlie Coyle, Nick Foligno. You had Hollow. These guys got to be around here somewhere. Robert Thomas was actually a +0. So the first line wasn't bad. Thomas +0. I like that to start. Perron. Oh, okay. Maybe it was a little worse than I thought. Perron -30. Backlund -7. Dang, Perron -30. +1 for Henrique. So that ain't horrible. Really? If you get rid of the Monahan and Perron line, they didn't play that bad. As far as the defense is concerned, Omark 889. That didn't help either. Having Omark's an 85 overall in this game, actually. Good for him. Nonetheless, though, we could not quite make it happen, unfortunately. Always love trying the different challenges, though. Love you guys if you have or love to hear if you guys have another sort of challenge idea. If you do, feel free, comment them down below. We'll check them out. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.